Hello there and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. I'm of course George. Welcome along to the channel, anybody new. I know there's been a few of you new subscribers. Welcome along to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Remember to keep watching, thumbs up and all that, and yeah, continue to watch. But it seems a while since I did a video actually, and I think it was about a week ago that introducing one part of my mini-series looking at all the youth players that have made their debuts this season. We continued it with Lewis Bate. We'll continue looking at Crescencio Somerville probably next week now. But it's a match preview. It seems like ages since Leeds United played. We're of course looking for 3 in a row. For the first time this season, Leeds United looking for their 3rd win in a row and their 2nd at Elland Road in that run of games as well. So yeah, we're back. It feels good to have a Leeds United game on to talk about this Saturday. It's Saturday, isn't it? 3 o'clock. Traditional Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff for Leeds United. They play Southampton at Elland Road on Saturday afternoon. Come Saturday evening, we could be as many as 10 points clear of the dreaded relegation zone. Yeah, we could be 10 points clear of Watford. Hopefully Watford will lose. They play early on against Liverpool away at Anfield. Pretty much it's a stone wall, 3 points for Liverpool. Surely it is. I mean, Burnley play Man City as well. So, hopefully come 5 o'clock on Saturday evening, we are sitting 10 points clear, hopefully, of the relegation zone. But let's wait and see, and let's unpack this preview here now then. So Jesse Marsch has been speaking. Isn't really much more to say. He's got a bit of a dilemma on his hands, what to do with Liam Cooper and Calvin Phillips. They're both now fully fit. Obviously spoke a lot about Bamford and his foot injury. We all know Bamford's out probably now for the season. And I pose a question to anybody watching here. Do you think it's now time for us to sell Bamford? I know that we'll be definitely looking at a striker option, or maybe even 2 in the summer. For me, it's probably time for, well, definitely time to let Bamford go of his responsibilities of, first choice striker, because he's not up to it for me. Injury prone all the time. Can't seem to stay fit. So for me, obviously, we have to get a new one, obviously, now in the summer. I'm pretty sure we will do. Incidentally, in the next few weeks, probably, I'll be doing a video about what our team might look like in the next season, providing, obviously, we stay in the Premier League, so stick around for that one. But yeah, look, Bamford's out injured. He spoke a lot about him. He said Helday and Roberts were making progress. Obviously, Roberts is out for the season as well. Again, injuries have persisted. Injuries have persisted all the way through this season. It's been a horrendous season, and I can't wait for it really to finish in a sense, and just get us over the line, keep us in the Premier League, and we go again next time. But we'll, continue obviously to do it until the season finishes, and of course when the season restarts, I'll be up again and through the summer with videos and everything coming on. So, but yeah, look, he said he didn't quite know what to do with Cooper or Phillips. For me, Phillips has to start, regardless of the fact that we've just won 2 in a row and going for 3. He has to start. He's that important to the team. Liam Cooper for me is not. That's another debate. But again, let me know what you think of Liam Cooper in the comments there. For me, he's not as important, definitely not as Phillips. I know he's a captain, but hey, watch LS11. Shout out to the guys at LS11. Watch LS11 if you want to think of my, if you want to watch my thoughts on Liam Cooper, because I'm not going to get into it here, but I don't rate him really. But yeah, I'll flash up my predicted lineup then. So predicted lineup, I think it's only one change and it's Phillips, but I think Click starts as well. I think Click maybe push further up the field. It will be I think a 4-2-3-1 formation. Although it'll be interesting to see, because Jesse Marsch, having said that all, he might match up and go, man for man with Southampton. And we'll have a look at Southampton and what to expect from them in a little while. But I do think Southampton, will play with a sort of a 4-4-2 formation, really. So, yeah, maybe he matches up against them. I don't know. But for the purpose of this, it's going to go 4-2-3-1. Calvin Phillips will partner Forshaw, but I'm thinking now maybe he might partner Robin Koch in the sort of defensive two. James, I think, like I said, will be more advanced into a CAM role. Then Rafinha on the right, Rodrigo up front by himself. But it'll be interesting to see if he does go for two up front. He's going to probably have to go with Rodrigo and Gelhardt, isn't he? So, will he do that? Let me know what your thoughts are. Will he go a flat 4-4-2? James, Rafinha, Koch, Phillips in the middle, Joffrey and Roddy up front together. Let's wait and see. But for this, I'll go 4-2-3-1. It's up there, like I said, on the screen there. And yeah, let's wait and see. But in terms of can we win and get a third win in a row, I think we can. Why not? You know what I mean? We've got to be high on confidence. Marshall have had a few more weeks to get his ideas across to the team. Again, confidence will have been boosted high. Southampton, which we'll have a look at in a few minutes, are not on a good run of form at all. But we've seen that before this season. Likes of Newcastle been on an atrocious run of form. Come to Elland Road and snatch a 1-0 win. So it's, in a sense, form and everything goes out the window, but for every game really. But each of these teams are elite in their own way. It is the Premier League division, but I do think we can get a win here and go, like I said, potentially 10 points clear of the drop zone. And there's no reason why I don't think. We've got the players, the lads, like I said, are full of confidence now. As long as it's not a last-minute winner, we could all do with a steady kind of 1-2-0 win, couldn't we? Really, like we saw at St Mary's or Elland Road last season. As I'll just get on to briefly towards the end of the video. But yeah, we could all do with that, couldn't we? Really, an easy kind of 2-3-0 win. I don't know, I kind of back Southampton to score. We haven't had a clean sheet since November. That was at Elland Road, of course, against Crystal Palace in that 1-0 win. But we don't get clean sheets, do we? So I expect Southampton to probably score. But I do think we'll have enough to get this over the line, particularly with the home crowd, the Elland Road crowd up. And looking forward to potentially another win. They'll all be behind them there, as they always are. The fans this season have been absolutely fabulous, as the team have failed them so many times. But packed out every single game, as it will be until we drop out the Premier League. Hopefully we won't for some time. Hopefully we never will. So let's wait and see. But yeah, look, I feel like Southampton, let's talk about Southampton, Ralph Hasenhüttl. I really like Ralph Hasenhüttl. I think he's a great manager. Has taken some real beatings as a Premier League manager, hasn't he? 9-0 a couple of times, hasn't he? Or 9-1 or 9-0 twice. It's been horrendous. Leicester and Manchester United putting him to the sword. Yeah, look, I like Hasenhüttl, and he's got Jesse Marsh will know a lot about Hasenhüttl, with him being a sort of former Leipzig manager. I believe Jesse Marsh came in as assistant manager for Ralf Rangnick after Ralph Hasenhüttl had left Leipzig. Obviously, then in the December came the Southampton manager. He's been there for a while now as Hasenhüttl at Southampton. But yeah, I think we'll have a look, like I said, into formations and that kind of thing. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, so formations and all this kind of thing. Of the 14 away games this season, Southampton have used 6 different formations. with 4-4-2 being the top priority for Ralph Hasenhüttl. 8 times, over half of the away games this season, Ralph Hasenhüttl has deployed a 4-4-2 formation. In there as well, you'll see one of our former managers' favourites, obviously Bielsa's 4-1-4-1 formation. Hasenhüttl has used once this season. Jesse Marsh's 4-2-2-2 formation has been used once as well in a 3-2 away win at Tottenham Hotspurs. Yeah, you know, and of course 4-4-2, like I said, so I do believe they'll go 4-4-2 for this one. And yeah, it's interesting to note though that, you know, those different formations used, similar to Marsh, in the fact that I think Hasenhüttl looks at the team that he's facing and he says, right, let's have a look at what might be best to beat this team, instead of going a flat formation all the way through. And I do think Jesse Marsh is similar, like I said, in that way as well to Hasenhüttl. Maybe it's a sort of Red Bull sort of element where they like to just have a look and say, right, we'll play this. I mean, there are similarities in the formations there that Jesse Marsh likes to use as well. So, yeah, perhaps obviously Hasenhüttl has taken what he learned. I know he was at Ingolstadt beforehand, but he was at Leipzig for a few years. Maybe he's taken this on to deploy it into Southampton. And I'll have a look. I do think they'll go 4-4-2. I think this will be a 9th time out of 15 away games they'll have used the 4-4-2 formation. And this is the formation this is the personnel I think they'll use. It's on the screen now for you. Southampton, there are players that I haven't picked in this starting 11, which Ralph Hasenhüttl might. You know, the likes of Walcott, Djenepo, Shane Long, Adam Armstrong. You know, they've got goals in the team there. But I think Broja and Shea Adams is fantastic. We obviously wanted him a few years ago. You can see why Hasenhüttl was so against letting him go, because he was, you know, he's such a pivotal player for them. He's been absolutely fantastic this season. He's really sort of silenced those people that might have said he isn't quite a Premier League goal scorer, because he's got 7, which is credible really for where they're sitting in the Premier League. 11th, of course. Very much up and down at Southampton. We'll look at their form in a little while, but yeah, look, they've got players that can hurt us, no doubt. There's Elyounoussi, easy for me to say, the Norwegian international on the right. They've got the pace of Walker-Peters on the left back, going up and down that channel. You know, they've got some big lads in the back, Ben Narak and Salisu, sorry. So yeah, you know, Romeo in the middle of the midfield with James Ward-Prowse, who of course, free kick specialist for me. Any Southampton fans want to go at me, fair enough, if you know, after I've said this, but he's not that good. All he offers for me is set pieces, free kicks. He scored 6 goals this season as Ward-Prowse. 3 of them have been penalties. I'm betting probably at least 2 of them, 2 of the others have been free kicks. So yeah, look, no doubt if we give away silly free kicks in and around the penalty box, it's spelling trouble, isn't it? But we've just got to be careful, because for me, he doesn't offer that much else. There's Livramento, who was very impressive in October, wasn't he? And there's Broja as well, of course, on loan from Chelsea. He scored the winning goal in that game in October as well. So yeah, look, they've got players that can really hurt us. Hopefully they won't, but they've got them in there. So let's wait and see, shall we? Let's wait and see what happens. If, you know, I think we're going to win this game. I have no sort of worries really, and the pressure is almost off us. We're almost to that point where we can almost relax. Southampton, for me, are at that stage. 35 points, 11th position. You know, 13 points ahead of the relegation zone. They've got no worries. They're sort of safe and sound, although they're on an atrocious run, which we'll see in a moment. But yeah, no worries for them. They can play with freedom in a sense, which they have been doing because they've been losing loads of games recently. But they're a good side. They've got good quality players, good pros as well in Walcott and that as well. You know, they're always just there, aren't they, Southampton? Never really doing anything special. Never really going to get relegated. They're just there a lot of the time. Arsene Hootel, you know, you wonder how long he's going to stay there, really. But any Southampton fans, welcome along to the channel. Thanks for clicking and give me your thoughts. Are you going, you know, to on Saturday to watch your team play? Let's wait and see. But yeah, you know, comment below and let me know. But yeah, we'll go on to the formation then. Sorry, the form of Southampton, which has been atrocious over the last 5 games. They've only won 1, and that was in the FA Cup. They've lost 4 in a row. One of them was in the FA Cup to Manchester City, but take out those 2 games as 3 Premier League defeats in a row. 1 hammering to Aston Villa, the other 2 defeats to Newcastle and to Watford. So yeah, they haven't looked good over the last few games. It's, for me, we've seen other teams this season come to Elland Road, likes of Newcastle, atrocious form, come out with a 1-0 win. So Southampton are better than Newcastle in my opinion. They have players that can hurt us, but we have players that can hurt them. So it's going to be a decent game. I think first goal probably wins it, as it did in Southampton in October. But yeah, you can see it on your screen, atrocious form of recent times. And that brings us on to sort of the last time we played them then. We're kind of wrapping it up now. Last time we played them was a 1-0 defeat. And this is where, for me, if you look back at my videos, I said it signals the beginning of the end for Bielsa. Obviously, it wasn't up until last month, was it, that Bielsa finally got the sack. But yeah, this was an atrocious game of football, probably one of the worst I've ever seen Leeds United play, and that includes getting hammered. You know, at least then maybe we were giving it a go, but at least there was goals. This was an atrocious game of football all round. There was just one moment which won it, if I remember correctly. Brozier sort of slid it past Meslier from close range. It was an atrocious game just after half time. And it was one of them games you knew we were never going to get anything out of them as soon as that happened. Southampton were cruising to a win there. Wasn't good, like I said in my post-match reaction to that video. I think it was beginning of the end for Bielsa. The players just look just knackered, absolutely knackered. You know, it's continued all the way up until this point where Jesse Marsh has now breathed a little bit more life, much needed life into the team. Obviously, last time we played them at Elland Road was last season. It was a very comfortable scoreline, 3-0 to Leeds United. It was a little bit more closer. It was closer than that scoreline suggests, really. But goals from Patrick Bamford, one from Stuart Dallas, and a free kick showing James Ward-Prowse how to do it was Rafinha on the day with the last goal and a 3-0 win. Obviously an empty Elland Road, sorry. That evening it was a midweek game, wasn't it? I think was it February time? Last February, a 3-0 win, a comfortable win for Leeds United. But yeah, you know, let me know your thoughts on the game on Saturday. How much have you missed these? You know, the lads playing these last couple of weeks were bounced into the international break, didn't we, with that win at Wolves? But let me know how you're feeling about this one. Can we make it 3 in a row? Let's hope we do. I think we can. Any Southampton fans watching, like I said, leave me your comments in the section below there. Thanks everybody for sticking with me here. It's gone on for nearly 20 minutes. I did not expect it to, but thank you very much for bearing with me and marching on together. I'll see you on the next one.